Here we have an MP calling out Ed Miliband again about his Green New Deal. And he says that climate change is inevitable and we have seen it happen. And he still looks at the 1989 article in The Guardian, which reported on a study by the United Nations Environment Programme, which stated by the year 2020 that most of the world would be underwater and London would have already sunk. And we've seen sea rising. Well, to be honest, they say that it's risen by at least an inch or two in the last 20 years. When you look at the data, it hasn't risen at all. They will tell you that the North and South Pole is melting, but this year it's got more ice than it has in its history. So this is the problem with it. They're not coherent, and they go, "Oh, well, it's a weather phenomenon that's caused this one." Then it's, "Oh, well, it's man-made." Then it's, "We're not sure, pay us billions." And this is the problem that we get with this climate crap. Is the climate being changed by man? Of course it is, but the climate has changed forever. We have climate periods of heat and cold. Most experts think that we're going to hit a climate period of coldness, or we're in it, so it's going to get colder, not hotter. You will get them strange spikes where it's weird weather for a little while, but again, the North and South Pole are moving. These are facts, undeniable facts that if you can use Google, you can find. But let's listen to this crap in Parliament.
Sammy Wilson.
The real driver, of course, behind this statement today is the fact that the Minister is losing the argument with his colleagues who are now challenging the impact of his policies on economic growth. He's trying to cover up
Economic growth's gone.
for the cost, which the OBR revealed last week at £30 billion per year, £800 billion over the period. Businesses are struggling under power bills that are making them bankrupt, and
Highest power costs in the whole entire, I think it's the actual whole entire first world country sort of thing, Western society.
consumers are resisting the net zero demands to fly less, eat less meat and buy cars that they don't want. As the Minister,
It's cheaper to fly to a different country than travel by rail.
does he not see a connection between the anxiety he talks about with young people and the disgraceful scare tactics he has made today? All to enable him to say that Britain is taking the lead. All I can say to the Minister is this: if Britain's taking the lead since the Paris Agreement, emissions have gone up by 30%. He might be leading, but he doesn't have too many followers.
Well said.
The Labour Party are causing more anxiety in people than any time in the last 30 years through the way that they're abusing pensioners, the way they're abusing the sick, the way they're abusing children by forcing this down their throat, telling them they've only got 20 years to live. Telling kids they've only got 20 years to live before they're going to be killed is like telling a cancer patient they've got cancer, or leukemia patients and they've only got a few years to live. There is no difference. The anxiety, the depression will all follow. This is what these parties are doing to your kids.
Well, the honourable gentleman and I have been arguing about these issues for about 20 years, so I think I'm unlikely
And he said 20 years ago that London would be underwater.
to persuade him. Normally we have good-natured discussions about this. I have to say to him, the idea that this is scaremongering, I mean, when we see with our own eyes what is happening, as the honourable gentleman sitting in front of him said earlier on in this statement, we see it with our own eyes. And I have to say, what he is doing and what he...
If you actually look at the data for every single place that's flooded, or for every single place that has had torrential rain or stuff like that, if you actually look at the data in the last 100 to 200 years, they've had it multiple times. And they say, well, that was climate change then. What are they talking about?
He's advocating for would be a total betrayal, not just actually of future generations, but today's generations.
They've already betrayed the country, each party, Labour and Conservative. But we keep voting the mugs in. Do I think reform's going to be any different? No idea.